All right, if you've watched any of my other videos on pool maintenance, you know that it's a good idea to check the O-rings in the various locations on your pool. And in this case, I'm going to be checking, and I'm actually going to go ahead and replace the O-ring in this lid here to my automatic chlorinator. And I already know it needs replacing, and I get these O-ring replacements on Amazon, and in this case I got a 2-pack of these for, I think it was around $3, but I'll put a link in the description down below so you can actually see where I got it and click on that and get one of these if you need one for this particular model. But what you'll do is remove this lid like this, just by unscrewing it. And this is where your chlorine, your 3-inch chlorine tablets go in this stack here. It's part of your automatic chlorinator. And as you can see in this case, this one doesn't look all that bad, but I know from having it out the other day when I was actually servicing my filter grids that it needs to be replaced because it was actually cracked, and this unit was actually leaking some water and letting some air in. So when you're doing one of these, you want to make sure that this surface here is as clean as you can possibly get it. So you'll want to take a rag and you know, wipe this off and clean this. But what I'm going to do today is actually take this old O-ring out, and to do that you can just get a small screwdriver or something and pry up on that and get it out. And you can see it's pretty nasty in this area here where the O-ring was actually seated. But when I was checking this one the other day, I noticed, and you can probably see that here in the video, you see how that's cracked like that? See those cracks? I don't know if you can see that in the video, but these are all cracks. And when that gets in that condition, it lets air and water, you know, it mainly lets air get in there, but this one is actually cracked. I can feel it. I don't think you can hear that on the video, but I can actually feel this one cracking as I'm flexing it. So we're going to go ahead and clean this out, put some lube on the new O-ring, and I use just a basic O-ring pool and spa lube. It's for O-rings, gaskets, valves, and threaded parts. I keep a couple of tubes of this handy around my pool because I use it all the time when I'm reassembling these. So now what we'll need to do is get in here and clean this lid up a little bit, and just to make sure that it's, you know, not cracked or there's any major issues with it. And I'm actually going to take my screwdriver and run it around in there a little bit and get that, you know, as cleaned out as I can. And if you've got time, you may even consider, you know, taking this out and soaking it in, you know, some hot water with detergent and, you know, really cleaning it and scrubbing it. But in this case, I'm trying to get this one back up and running. So I'm gonna, you know, I'm just cleaning it out as good as I can. So what I'm gonna do then, and there is still some more gunk in there that I need to get out, and what I'm talking about is right here. I don't know if you can see that gunk, but that's what I want to get out of there. So then I'm going to take my lube and put it on a little bit on my finger like this. It doesn't take a whole lot. And I actually do this every time I'm servicing this unit. I'll check it and clean it and maybe put on some more lube. But I'll take this, and you just want to coat this O-ring really well with this, and just move it all around in your hand and get that good and coated like this. And you can see that. And then you actually want to position it back in place in the cap here and make sure that it seats good. And there we go, it's seated good. And then I just want to continue to wipe around a little bit on it and make sure that the lube is positioned well. And then I'm going to go ahead and screw this one back in place and recharge the system with water and check it for leaks. You can actually leave it a little bit unscrewed to let the air purge out, or you can also purge it with this valve at your filter. But you can just see I've kind of got this one loose, and I'm just letting the air purge out of the system. And when it does this, you want to go ahead and tighten it down. And you shouldn't have to like overly tighten this. And I just got it hand tight because you don't want it so tight that you can't get it off next time. Plus you don't want to like crush that O-ring in there. So this one looks like it's good to go. I don't see any more leaks. I've got it tight and the O-ring is lubed well. So looks like it's good to go. Thanks.